This is the gown we'll be making. So as you can see, I folded my fabric into two, and you can see the markings. I'm just aligning the fabric from this line to this line is the hip line, and I use 8 inches for that. In order for you not to make mistakes, you can align it to the end. I used 12 inches for hip measurement. If you divide 40 by 4 to give you 10 inches plus 2 inches allowance becomes 12. Then the waist, I used 10 inches. Because it's an A-line dress, you use your hip measurement for it all through, but I minused 1 inches from it, from the down part, so that it will not be too free at the down part. So after aligning it, the next thing you do is to cut out. It is very simple if you follow this procedure. It's an A-line dress, so you see the down part, how curved it is. The person have shapes very much, and this is the down part. You see how beautiful it looks even when we have not completed. So this is the back part, and after folding my fabric into two, I add 2 inches for I add 1 inch, sorry, for zip allowance, and I place the front part that I cut earlier on top of the back pattern, to in order for me to get the same shape. So after aligning them together and you have had your zip allowance, you cut out. So you see that I've cut it out. I've cut the back part out. Make sure you align the fabrics very well, so that to avoid some parts being wider and longer than some parts. Sorry for the noise at the background. We have children around here. So I'm just splitting the back part of the dress. Yes, the zipper part. You said I'll be putting the zip and splitting it. So you can split yours as well. So this part is the upper bodice, that is the half length of the dress, the upside, and I'm just marking the half length. That is the bust point and the armhole line. because the fabric is very stretchy. The fabric is very stretchy, so you need to work with the stretchy part to be the round of your measurement. Make sure the stretchy part is the round is the stretchy part will be, I don't know how to put it. Once you check your fabric and see that you are using the stretchy part for your round bust measurement, so that you will not end up wasting the fabric. I did not add much allowance in this point because the fabric is very stretchy. So that is the shoulder line. My shoulder line, I'm using 8 inches for it, and I'll connect it to the armhole line. And after doing that, you mark out the neckline. Okay, so before I marked the neckline, I decided to cut the back part first. So I placed the front fabric on top of the back part, and I cut the same shape out. I just add about 1 inch for zip allowance. So I'm splitting the back part now. So as you can see, the front part, I've already marked out the neckline. So I'll just have to cut. I use the width, I use 2.5 inches, and the depth I used 3 inches. This is because this fabric is very stretchy. When you look at the fabric, you see the design, that is the cloth will the style we are sewing. You see that the armhole side is not just curvy, but it has this straight cut at it. So that is the part I'm cutting out at this point. So it's not just a straight a curved uh, it's not just a curved armhole, but it's going to be straight at that part. So I minus 2 inches from the shoulder line in order to get that shape. So this is the hand. I used 21 inches for the length of the hand. I also used the stretchy part for the round. So in order to get the sleeve cap height, I minused 5 inches from it and curved it down in form as if you are drawing an S. As if you are about to write S. But I later, when after cutting this hand there, when I was fixing it, I cut out some parts because if you see the hand part, you see that it's a bit open. So I removed from the the upper part of the sleeve, that is the side will be facing to the armhole. I cut out 3 inches from it. This is to make opening visible. So in this part, this is the front part, you see that there is a line at the chest part. So at this part, I used 6 inches for it so that the bust will not be exposed. And the width I used is, I wanted to use 4 inches, but I decided to reduce it to 3 inches because it's a stretchy fabric. So I used 3 inches for the width, and 6 inches from the the shoulder line down. And from that one, from this line I marked earlier, I marked 1 inch extra down, and then I'll curve it, then shape it and cut it out. So this is the final look of the dress. So as you can see, you see the hand, the way it's open at the shoulder part, and you see the open